With the Cion, the camera that we have covered quite a lot with you before, we have new firmware, 1.2.1. It's got a bunch of user-based bug fixes in it, as well as some encoding enhancements. So basically, further stabilization of the camera, a couple more items that are going to help folks in terms of specific needs they had that they've seen in the field. We also have had a very good summer with the camera with Cion, with the Try Cion program. And here in Europe, a lot of users have used the camera on a range of different types of projects and genres, everything from short films to commercials. Now, our theme for this year's show is really about building out the 4K and UHD universe. So more and more people are shooting with 4K. The issue is that a lot of your older source materials, etc., are not going to originate in 4K. So sitting here before me is what we call the new FS3. So this joins our family of FS products, which is traditionally frame synchronizers. The FS3 specifically does SD to HD up conversion to 4K. So you're going to have a lot of material out there that's HD or even older SD, and we can output it as 4K, and in fact you can output 3 different 4K streams of video. There are 2 sets of 4 3G SDIs each, as well as a bank of fiber connectors that allow you to put out those 4 channels again for 4K. Alongside that, we've got some great new mini converters. This is the ROY HDMI. This is our little miniature scaler. The ROY stands for Region of Interest. This is our HDMI version. So you can be coming in HDMI and you're outputting SDI, and of course that is scaled from whatever you choose to grab from the original. Alongside that, we have our HD-based T SDI product. So these are products that we introduced a little earlier in the summer initially, but we had HDMI versions at that time. And the whole point of HD-based T with these new range of the SDI versions is that you're expanding your signal reach using standard Ethernet infrastructure. So a lot of facilities have got, Category 5 Ethernet, Category 6 Ethernet available. And the whole point is to be able to carry a video signal across much bigger distances this way. Alongside that, we also have some great new desktop software. So if you work with any NLE program, or you're using our Kona or I/O cards for capture or playout, this new version, 12.3, available for Mac and Windows, also now has new Linux retail drivers. These drivers also include some great new audio delay functionality. It also expands our streaming capabilities with Wirecast output and support with the TTAP, closed captioning support, which has become a bigger and bigger requirement legally across a lot of Europe and the States as well. You have to have closed captioning going in and out with your programs. So this support is now built in with the new driver. And finally, you're wanting to build out your 4K infrastructures, you're wanting to work with a lot of HD material, you need to know what your bandwidth is like throughout your system. So we have included a new version of System Test 2.0. And this software can test your hard drive, but it can also test your throughput along your PCIexpress bus. And you've got a couple of settings you can choose. You can click a go button that says, all right, how many megabytes per second can I get to and from this device, or to and from this drive, or frames per second, so you know how many frames per second you can move around. And we've also added within this new version of System Test the ability to go in and say, hey, this is the codec I'm using, this is the raster size, maybe you're working with RED, and it'll chug those types of files through it for your testing, so you know whether you're ready or set up correctly.